I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Deb. She'll start us off.
Imagine sitting in the doctor's office, waiting for the doctor to talk about your test results. They found a malignant tumor. The doctor is still talking, but you don't hear a single word he's saying. You walk out, your head is still spinning. Important questions remain unasked. What if your phone could pick out keywords in the conversation and provide you in the moment with a list of contextually relevant questions to ask in the moment? What if those questions were continuously improved with the Salesforce AI tool Einstein, so they get better over time, and it's also available to everyone regardless of their income level? Okay. Sorry. Our team was fortunate enough to find a local journalist who blogged about his experience with getting a diagnosis and the journey that followed that. The link at the bottom of the page is his story, and it's very enlightening. So we, in order to validate our test case or our use case, we talked to him and asked him if you had this tool with you that day when you received that diagnosis, would it have helped? And his answer was an enthusiastic yes. Okay, so let's talk about the user journey. It starts when you get the diagnosis, and then the app starts when you start communicating with the doctor.
Next, we're going to let the doctor help you with your care plan integration. After 2 weeks, we'll have a follow-up with the care plan and with your physician. At that point, we'll transfer to Salesforce.
So our app, our solution rather, is sort of extending the arm to kind of marry that connection between the provider and the patient. And the way it does that is we build a smart engine that uses ML and predictive analytics to provide a recommendation questions for the patient to ask the doctor at that moment. We found that patients end up going home that day and doing Google search and getting all this misleading information, which stress the healthcare system because they have to add additional appointments to get all these questions and information they get online, which turn out to be, in most cases, irrelevant to their diagnosis. And so with our system, we create this loop where we generate questions that are provided at that moment to the doctors, and then the doctors in our network could kind of help with our predictive analytics. This is our app. This is the front end. This is what the user will see. The microphone part you see as the conversation is happening. This is active listening mode. It will generate the questions to ask. And it will go to Salesforce. And in the back end, the provider could kind of add feedback and add additional goals and tasks for their care plan.
One of the challenges is tackling ease of use, as well as the fact that patients need free access to their data and to the healthcare. So this is something that we see as being free for patients, but provided by providers who use Salesforce technology. Ease of use will lead to less appointments scheduled for your physicians as well as the patients.
All right, and that is time. Great job, folks. Round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What sources will you use to populate the questions that will be provided to the patient in that particular scenario?
So for our plan, we are tapping into the existing care plan, which the doctors are charting today within Salesforce, using that to be the data model that feeds into the AI engine. And that's where the natural language processing would happen to help with keyword handling of if we have a diagnosis, then these are your side effects, or these might be your treatment options. That's the kind of feedback help that we are looking at.
So if you Google it, there are tons of questions to ask your doctor, but I would want to pass those through a real doctor before we added them to the data.
Right. And so we're using historical data that has been provided, like treatments provided to patients, as that feedback loop so that people are not misguided, but are using actual relevant information for talking to the doctor.
I'm going to assume that this tool would not be personalized. Because the next question will be a HIPAA, because where's the information going, right? And did you think about how physicians would be okay with that?
So you want to go ahead?
No, I was going to say that there's two modes that we built into our app. There's the one that I demo here was the active listening mode, which is open the microphone sort of in the it's not recording anything. It's just using NLP to figure out the context of the conversation. But in the manual mode, the patient could just type whatever the diagnosis is.
And as a UX person, I would like to interview some doctors, and we did not have a chance to interview any doctors to see how this would work for them.
Great job, folks. Yeah, thank you. Great job. Okay.